I now train my mouth to become a channel of divine truth. I align my words with the law of abundance, knowing that every word I speak sets unseen forces in motion. I no longer speak of lack, for there is no lack in divine mind. I speak only of the overflowing supply that is already mine by divine right. I declare that my words are containers of power. Each phrase is a seed planted in the soil of spirit, and I harvest only what I affirm. Therefore, I speak increase. I speak provision. I speak wealth, peace, and prosperity. I no longer prophesy struggle. I prophesy overflow. I am vigilant with my speech, for I know the subconscious mind takes me at my word. I cast out idle chatter and declarations of doubt. I speak only what I want multiplied. I bless my finances, my opportunities, my health, and my future. I call them abundant. I name them rich. I claim them mine. The law is exact. The supply is infinite. My words are magnets, and they draw to me all that aligns with divine opulence. I am fearless in speech, bold in declaration, and unwavering in belief. My mouth is now trained to echo the language of heaving. There is always more than enough. It is done. It is done. Your words are your wand. Every sentence you speak is casting a spell, shaping the matter of your reality. Nothing manifests without first being declared. The tongue holds the keys to treasure or to turmoil. You are always creating, and your mouth is the blueprint maker of your life. When you speak of wealth, wealth is summoned. When you speak of lack, lack comes racing in. That is why I say, train your mouth to be loyal to the truth of divine supply. Let it no longer wander into the wilderness of limitation. Let it no longer entertain phrases of fear, of not enough, barely getting by. The subconscious hears, obeys, and multiplies. You say it once, and it echoes tenfold in the chambers of your experience. So now, you begin to speak as one who knows the truth. You do not speak what your eyes see. You speak what your soul knows. And what your soul knows is that you are backed by the infinite. There is no shortage in God's storehouse, no empty shelves in the kingdom, no unpaid bills in heaven. Therefore, I speak as one who has. I declare, I have more than enough. My needs are met before I even ask. My supply flows freely and endlessly. Even when the bank account is low, the truth is high. Even when the physical says, wait, the spiritual says now. So you do not agree with appearances, you agree with the law. And the law says as you speak, so shall it be. That's why you can't afford to joke about struggle or to speak casually about being broke, tired, unlucky. These are not just words, these are seeds. And the soil of the universe is fertile. It grows what you plant, whether you meant to or not. Therefore, I bless my mouth daily. I say, my mouth speaks only words of wealth. My tongue is trained in the language of increase. When a fearful thought comes to mind, I intercept it. I do not give it breath by speaking it aloud. I override it with truth. I am divinely provided for. I no longer say, I can't afford it. I say, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I no longer say, it's too expensive. I say, there's always more where that came from. I no longer speak delay. I speak divine timing, and every time I speak in faith, something unseen moves. The law of supply is set into action. People, places, and circumstances begin to rearrange to fit the words I released. That is how powerful my speech has become. That is how sacred my tongue is now. I do not waste it. I do not use it for complaint or comparison. I use it for creation. I use it to call in what is already mine in the invisible. I use it to name my good, and therefore claim my good. Every morning I rise and speak aloud the truth of abundance, not to convince the world, but to align with the spiritual order that never changes. I say, my path is rich, my life is blessed, my doors are open, supply flows to me effortlessly. I am the favored of the Lord, and my cup overflows. I keep my mouth in check because I know the cost of careless speech. I have learned that the universe listens, and it has perfect hearing. I train my mouth as one trains a loyal servant, so it only repeats what uplifts, expands, and multiplies. And because my words are my wand, I use them to write a story of overflow. I use them to declare wealth when the world whispers fear. I use them to bless my finances, my home, my future, my every desire. I no longer speak defeat, declare victory. I no longer speak delay, I declare divine speed. I no longer speak empty hands. I declare open floodgates, my words serve me. They no longer sabotage me. I am now a faithful steward of the spoken word. Every idle word plants a seed, and now I become deeply conscious of every word that passes my lips. I no longer speak out of habit. I no longer speak to fill silence. I speak with intention, with faith, with power, for I know that each syllable is alive. It carries vibration, energy, creative force. My words are not throwaway expressions. They are the beginnings of realities yet unseen, and I have seen what happens when careless speech is allowed to roam. Confusion, chaos, limitation. That is no longer my portion. I now speak only what I wish to harvest. If I do not want it growing in my life, I do not allow it to grow from my tongue. I do not declare what I fear. I affirm what I know. I do not describe what I lack. I proclaim what I expect. The spiritual law is not moved by desperation. It is moved by command. So I no longer plead, complain, or murmur. I decree. I announce. I claim. I call. I say, my world is overflowing with good. Divine supply meets me everywhere. My words only plant gardens of prosperity, never weeds of fear. When others speak of trouble, I remain firm in the truth. I don't join in conversations of worry or gossip or limitation. I do not say, that's just how life is, because I know that life is exactly what I say it is. I guard my conversations as I would guard a vault. I do not open the door to scarcity by repeating its lies. I do not water the roots of lack with my voice. I do not speak debt, sickness, or delay as if they are permanent. I speak of them as illusions that pass. I speak of abundance as the only truth that remains. I am not careless with my power anymore. I do not make jokes that mock my own blessings. I do not speak doubt under the disguise of humor. I do not say things like, knowing my luck, or, my luck, that'll never happen. Those words are spells in disguise. So I cancel them, I reverse them. I say instead, everything always works out for me. I say, I am divinely guided, divinely protected, and divinely supplied. And when I'm tempted to speak from emotion, I pause, I breathe, I return to truth. I do not let my feelings dictate my affirmations. I let faith lead my voice. Feelings are fleeting. Truth is eternal. I speak what is eternal. I am always provided for. I am always in the flow of supply. I have more than enough and then some. Every time I repeat this, I plant new roots. I water new life. I watch old weeds wither. Even in silence, I am sowing. My inner dialogue is fertile ground, so I train even the whispers of my thoughts to echo divine abundance. No more mental rehearsals of lack. No more inner narratives of fear. I speak to myself like a prophet, not a prisoner. I speak to my life like it is already full. I say, you are rich. You are safe. You are rising. My mind listens. My heart believes. My world begins to match my confession. I no longer chase after blessings. I speak them forward. I say, I am a magnet for divine money, divine favor, divine opportunity. I no longer hesitate when speaking my desires. I speak with boldness because I know the law is precise. It multiplies what I affirm. It obeys what I declare. And if I don't want it multiplied, I don't say at all. I speak only what I want to see repeated in my life. My health, my money, my joy, my peace, I call it all abundant. I name it full. I name it free. And because I've stopped planting seeds of lack with idle words, I now live in the harvest of overflow. There is no lack in divine mind. There never has been and never will be. And because I am one with divine mind, I reject every suggestion of shortage, of limitation, of struggle. Lack is a false condition, a shadow without power, created by human thought disconnected from truth. I no longer accept it as real. I no longer speak of it, dwell in it, or respond to it. I deny its existence in my world, because the source I come from is pure supply, infinite and always pouring forth. There is no poverty in God, no withholding, no delay, no drought, only streams of never-ending provision flowing through time and space toward me, waiting for my agreement. So I agree with abundance. I agree with overflow. I align my heart, my mind, my voice with the truth that I am always supported, always resourced, always backed by the wealth of the universe. I release the old identity that expected the bare minimum. I release the mindset that prepared for less. That version of me no longer has breath. I speak now from the voice of truth, My life is evidence of unlimited supply, not just enough to survive, but more than enough to give, to share, to uplift, to enjoy. I am done asking small. I am done speaking small. I am done making peace with crumbs when I was created for the feast. I speak boldly now. I say, money flows to me with ease. Resources find me without effort. Every need is met before I even realize I have it. I walk through each day knowing that invisible channels are opening around me. I do not have to know how. It is not my burden to figure it out. I only have to know that it is already done in the spiritual realm, and my words bring it into the visible. When I speak from the truth of divine supply, I stop begging. I stop worrying. I stop trying to manipulate outcomes. Instead, I rest, I trust, I declare. And the declaration is enough. I hope, I say. I know. I do not say, maybe one day. I say, it is already mine. I do not say, if I'm lucky. I say, by divine right, I claim my good now. The lie of lack no longer finds shelter in my mind. I do not entertain it as a guest. I do not repeat its words. When others say, times are hard, I respond with, not for me. My supply comes from the source, not from circumstances. When others speak of inflation, recession, or shortage, I remain unmoved. I declare, my abundance is protected. I am under divine economy. I live in a realm where everything is always available in full measure. I know that divine mind does not ration. It does not divide its blessings according to worthiness or effort. It flows where there is faith. It responds where there is alignment. And I am now fully aligned. I no longer speak in contradiction to the law of supply. I no longer say things like, I can't, or there isn't enough. I no longer echo the world's fears. I speak the opposite. I declare the truth that has always been waiting for my voice to activate it. I call money good. I call wealth holy. I call provision natural. I no longer feel shame around receiving, because I know that receiving is my spiritual right. I do not take from others. I draw from the limitless source that fills every cup without running dry. I don't fear the future, because I have already spoken blessings over it. I don't dread tomorrow, because supply is already there, prepared and multiplying. This is my new reality, because these are my new words. Where there is no lack in divine mind, there can be no lack in my life. So I speak that truth until it becomes my experience. I speak that truth until it becomes the ground I walk on and the air I breathe. I speak not of what I see, I speak of what I desire to see. The world may show me one picture, but I hold another in my spirit, and it is my spirit's vision that becomes my truth. I no longer agree with appearances, for I know appearances are temporary shadows. They shift, fade, and pass. But my word, spoken in alignment with divine law, becomes substance. I do not describe my current situation. I declare my divine outcome. I do not echo what the world says. I speak what heaven has already decreed over me. The senses try to fool me, to convince me that lack is real because the number in the account is low or the opportunity hasn't arrived. But I've learned not to live by the visible. I've learned to walk by faith, not sight. So I do not say, I am waiting for my breakthrough. I say, my breakthrough is unfolding right now. I do not say, one day I'll have enough. I say, today, divine supply is flowing toward me in countless unseen ways. I train my mouth to be the voice of my vision, not the echo of my conditions. I paint pictures with my words. I speak in faith even when the evidence hasn't yet caught up. Because I know the long, first the word, then the manifestation. My world doesn't lead my words lead my world. I hold my ground, even when the facts try to shout louder than the truth. I say, I am wealthy, even when the bills stack high. I say, I am chosen, even when rejection tries to whisper. I say, I am expanding, even when nothing seems to be moving. My declarations become my direction, and I speak what I want, not what I fear. I do not call things as they are, I call them as I want them to be. I do not say, business is slow. I say, my business is growing daily. I do not say, nothing ever works out. I say, everything always aligns in my favor. The world is always listening, and it rearranges itself around my words. My declaration is the command that bends reality to my will. When I walk through life, I carry vision, not reaction. I do not react to circumstances. I respond with truth. I do not give my energy to conditions I don't want. I give my energy to what I am creating. I bless what is coming. I speak as if it's already here. I do not chase blessings. I call them in by name. I say, my home is peaceful. My finances are abundant. My life is full of miracles. My days are drenched in favor. And when I speak it, heaven moves, doors open, paths clear. Provision rushes in to match the image I held and the word I released. Even in silence, I protect my atmosphere. I refuse to let doubt find a home in my language. I do not speak of what's missing. I speak of what's manifesting. And it is always something good, always something more. I lift my voice only in the direction of increase, favor, and divine supply. I no longer wait to see it before I say it. I say it so I can see it. I am the prophet of my own life. I do not wait for others to confirm my vision. I confirm it with every word I speak. I do not need validation to believe. I speak with conviction, because I know the power behind me. I trust the law. I trust the source. I trust that every word aligned with faith becomes a brick in the foundation of the life I am building. And so, I continue to speak not what is, but what is becoming. I speak not from the ground I stand on, but from the future I am walking into. My word is my tool, my guide, my invitation to abundance, and every time I use it in truth, more of what I desire begins to rise around me. The mouth that praises multiplies, and so I begin to fill my speech with thanksgiving, even before the evidence appears. Praise is not a reaction to blessings. It is the magnet that draws them in. I no longer wait for the blessing to show up before I give thanks. I declare it already done, and I praise as if it's already mine. Because in truth, it is. My good exists in the invisible, and praise pulls it into the visible. I open my mouth with gratitude and speak into the atmosphere. Thank you for the money that flows freely to me. Thank you for the doors that are opening without effort. Thank you for the favor that follows me everywhere I go. I praise what I have, and it expands. I praise what's coming, and it accelerates. I do not complain about small beginnings. I bless them. I speak joyfully over every seed in my life, knowing it contains a harvest I have not yet seen. I say, thank you for this idea. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this breath, this day, this moment that is shaping my increase. I do not curse my conditions. I anoint them with praise, because every situation, no matter how it looks, is a vessel carrying something sacred for my growth. I bless my money, whether it's $1 or 1,000. I no longer say, it's not enough. I say, thank you for this provision, and thank you that more is on the way. I bless my business, even if it's just starting. I say, thank you that this work multiplies. Thank you that I am a magnet for clients, customers, and divine contracts. I bless my time, my energy, my hands, my ideas. I do not speak of being tired, burnout, or behind. I say, thank you that strength is renewing in me daily. Thank you that my time is sacred and supported. Thank you that I am always in divine timing. Praise shifts my atmosphere. It lifts me above worry, above doubt, above fear. It elevates my vibration and opens the gates of divine supply. When I praise, I partner with the frequency of abundance. I declare that I already have enough, that I already am enough, that what I seek is already on its way to me, wrapped in favor, moving through invisible channels, drawn by the magnet of my joyful expectation. When others complain, I stay in praise. When the world shouts fear, I sing gratitude. I no longer agree with the voices of lack around me. I rise above with thanksgiving. I know the secret now: what you thank grows. What you bless expands. What you appreciate multiplies. So I become radical in my praise. I thank the delay for teaching me patience. I thank the challenge for unlocking strength. I thank the stillness for being full of unseen movement. I see God's hand in all of it. And because of that, I stay in peace while others panic. Praise keeps me anchored in truth. It reminds me that my source is never depleted. That divine supply does not run on the world's schedule. That my blessing does not come from people or systems. It comes from the invisible well that never runs dry. I don't need a reason to praise. I am the reason. My breath, my being, my journey, all of it is worthy of thanks. And as I fill my life with praise, my supply begins to overflow. I say thank you in advance, and the advance becomes reality. I speak blessings over every area of my life. Not because I'm trying to get something, but because I know it's already done. My praise is not begging, it's celebration, it's alignment, it's the voice of faith that multiplies what it touches. And now that I've trained my mouth to praise, I've trained my life to receive. Your words are orders to the universe. Make them wealthy and wise. I now speak every word as if it holds weight because I know it does. I do not speak carelessly. I do not speak passively. I speak with the full authority of one who knows that the unseen forces are listening and responding. My words carry instructions. My words open gates or close them. My words send supply to find me or send it away. I have become deliberate, intentional, awake. I speak as the commander of my life, not a bystander watching it unfold. Every phrase is a blueprint, and the universe is the builder. So I choose my materials wisely. I no longer say, "This is too hard." I say, "Every obstacle is being cleared with ease." I do not say, "I'm not lucky." I say, "I am divinely favored and consistently supported." I do not say, "It's impossible." I say, "All things are working together for my highest good." These are not just affirmations, they are commands being carried out by the unseen forces that shape reality. When I wake in the morning, I don't let the day define me, I define the day with my words. I rise and say, "This is a day of abundance." Money flows easily, ideas come clearly, favor meets me everywhere I go. I give my day its orders and it obeys. I don't describe my limitations, I declare my liberation. I do not repeat yesterday's struggle, I speak today's expansion. I am no longer reacting to life, I am authoring it with my voice. I no longer curse my circumstances with careless talk. I don't say, "This always happens to me," unless what's happening is a miracle. I don't say, "I'm so tired of trying," because the universe will respond with fatigue and more trying. Instead, I say, "Every step is guided. My efforts are fruitful. I am supported in all that I do." These words plant roots in the soil of divine order, and the harvest always reflects what was sown. When I walk into rooms, I speak success over them. When I sit down to work, I declare profit and progress. When I receive even the smallest blessing, I multiply it with words. This is only the beginning. Greater is coming. This is part of the overflow. I don't wait for things to improve before I start speaking wealth. I speak wealth, and things begin to improve. I speak and speak rise. I speak open doors, and so they appear. The universe doesn't respond to begging. It responds to knowing, and my words now come from knowing. I don't ask for permission to prosper. I speak as one who has already received. I do not seek validation. I speak from identity. I say, "I am wealthy," and the energy of wealth begins to orbit my life. I say, "Money comes to me," and opportunities arise, doors swing open, and channels are revealed. I say, "I am in alignment," and suddenly, everything I need is right where I am. There is no such thing as an empty word. The moment it leaves my mouth, it starts working, so I no longer speak what I don't want. I do not speak struggle, lack, conflict, delay, or confusion. I speak with vision. I speak clarity. I speak with authority. I speak with the assurance that what I say will come to pass, and I watch it unfold. Now my words are wealthy, filled with richness, favor, peace, and plenty. Now my words are wise, anchored in truth, backed by faith, and aligned with divine law. I speak as a master of my experience, not a victim of my environment. And every time I speak in truth, I give the universe its next assignment, to deliver exactly what I've declared. Silence all speech that contradicts your desire. I now become fiercely loyal to the vision I carry, not just in belief, but in every word I release. I no longer allow my mouth to become an enemy to my manifestation. I do not say one thing in faith and another in fear. I do not speak abundance in the morning and scarcity in the afternoon. I do not affirm my wealth and then casually complain about bills. I no longer live in spiritual confusion. I live in clarity, consistency, and conviction. My words are aligned with my desire at all times. I do not negotiate with doubt. I do not entertain its voice. I do not soften my declarations to make others comfortable. I no longer water down my dreams to match the current conditions. If my words do not match the vision, I do not speak them. If my thoughts try to rise up in contradiction, I silence them before they find form in speech. My words must be pure, untainted by fear, free from hesitation, rooted in truth. Because the moment I speak in contradiction, I send mixed signals to the very power that's trying to deliver my good. I am not double-minded. I do not bless and curse the same situation. I don't say, I'm rich, and then follow it with, but I'm still struggling. I don't declare success and then say, things never work out for me. That confusion cancels creation. That division delays delivery. So I have trained myself to speak only that which builds, supports, and sustains my desire. When fear rises, I do not give it breath. I don't speak it aloud and give it life. I recognize it, reject it, and replace it. I say no. That is not my truth. I affirm again. I am safe. I am supported. I am provided for. Everything I desire is on its way to me. I cancel the lie before it becomes my language. I catch the contradiction before it becomes a command. My mouth is no longer available for confusion. It is reserved for truth only. Even in conversations, I protect my manifestation. I don't join in casual talk of struggle. I don't joke about being broke. I don't echo the fear of the crowd. I hold my tongue or I lift it in praise. I am not afraid to be different. I don't need to match the energy in the room. I set it. I don't participate in conversations that lower my frequency. I don't contribute to speech that delays my breakthrough. If it doesn't build my vision, it doesn't get spoken. There is power in restraint, power in silence, power in refusing to say what fear wants you to say. I speak only what reinforces my faith. I speak only what strengthens my spirit. My words are my agreement, and I now agree only with the outcome I desire. I do not flirt with doubt. I do not entertain limitation. I do not give voice to what I do not want repeated. I do not say things just to vent, or just to get it off my chest. I know better. I know that every word is a seed, and I am no longer willing to plant anything that contradicts my divine harvest. I live in full awareness that my speech is my signal. I send a clear frequency to the universe. I am not confused, and so the law is not confused. I do not wobble in my declarations. I do not dilute my power with contradiction. My speech is clean, clear, and consistent. It matches my faith. It matches my vision. It matches my outcome. And because I speak without contradiction, I receive without resistance. I speak only of abundance, for I am one with the source of all supply. I do not chase wealth. I realize I am the vibration of wealth. I do not beg for blessings. I speak from a place of knowing that blessings are my birthright. My language is now a reflection of divine identity. I no longer use my words to ask the world for permission to prosper. I use them to confirm what already exists in the spiritual realm. I do not hope to be aligned. I am aligned. I do not hope to receive. I do receive. I no longer separate myself from the source of my good by speaking as if it's distant or delayed. I speak as one with the fountain, not one thirsting beside it. The supply I speak of is not external. It flows from within. It is not bound to banks, economies, or employers. It is not controlled by systems. It is infinite, invisible, and intelligent. I no longer look outside of myself in fear. I look within in faith. And from that place, I speak. I have everything I need. I am always provided for. My abundance is eternal and ever increasing. Because I am one with Source, I speak with authority. My words no longer reflect circumstance. They reflect truth. I don't say, I wish I had more. I say, more than enough is always flowing to me. I don't say, things are slow. I say, all things are accelerating for my good. I don't say, maybe it's not for me. I say, what is mine comes to me quickly and easily. I only speak in agreement with divine order. I only speak in harmony with the law of abundance. I have trained my mouth to ignore the noise of the world and echo only the rhythm of spirit. Even when conditions tempt me to speak out of fear, I hold my ground. I don't narrate the lack. I narrate the overflow. I don't describe what's missing, I describe what's unfolding. I speak of money as present, supply as unlimited, and opportunities as surrounding me now. I say, every resource I need is already lined up. Every connection I desire is already being drawn to me. Every step I take is supported by divine flow. There is no shortage in me because there is no shortage in the source that lives within me. I am not separate from my abundance, I am the embodiment of it. So my speech mirrors my divinity. I use words to confirm my reality, not to question it. I say, I am open to receive, and the gates widen. I say, I am ready to expand, and doors swing open. I say, I am fully supported, and the universe leans in to assist me. When I speak, I do so with reverence. I don't casually throw words into the wind. I place them with intention like sacred stones on the path I'm walking. I know every declaration is drawing energy to it, so I speak of joy, I speak of peace, I speak of money flowing, I speak of love surrounding me, I speak of everything working in my favor. My language is no longer reactive, it is creative. It doesn't repeat old stories, it writes new ones. Even in silence, my inner speech is abundant. My thoughts are filled with power. I say within myself, I am connected to the infinite. I am never in lack. I am never without. I affirm this in every breath. My spirit repeats it even when my lips are still. And because my entire being is in agreement with supply, my life reflects that supply in every area. I am the voice of abundance. I am the expression of divine wealth. And because I now speak only what aligns with my infinite nature, my world mirrors that infinity. All things are working in my favor. All things are flowing to me in divine order. I do not strive, I speak. I do not beg, I believe. And my belief becomes flesh through the power of my words. I now close this moment in full alignment with divine truth. I have trained my words, and they now serve my highest good. My mouth no longer speaks fear. It speaks faith. It no longer repeats the old story. It declares the new. I am a vessel of divine abundance, and every word I speak multiplies that truth in my reality. I command increase, and increase comes. I speak overflow, and overflow arrives. I declare favor, and favor surrounds me. I no longer wonder if it will happen. I know that it is happening now. My words are sacred, my voice is power, and my life is rising into the fullness of divine supply. It is done. It is done.